Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm coming to you today with my sidekick, as always. Hug a beagle, as I always say. And as he's sitting here with me today, as our morning is starting to get cooler, starting to enjoy the weather a little bit. Love this time of year. I don't like the hard winters, but I do like this time of year. I love fall, I love spring, I love summer, and winter comes in after that. And I come to you today, want to be able to share another word with you. I hope everybody's been enjoying these. Kind of want to talk a little bit about stuff that's going on this week. When a national tragedy happens, it seems like it's blasted all over national media. You can't get away from it, whether it's online, whether it's on the TV, on the news, or what have you. It seems like every time you turn around, that's all you're seeing. Now, let me say this about Charlie Kirk. I watch this stuff. Some people may have a different view of him. I didn't. I loved hearing his debates, and the dude was smart. There's no doubt about that. He knew what he was doing. For somebody that was not a pastor, to know the Bible the way he did, and to be able to debate people the way he was, I never saw him do anything negative. Now, in my opinion, what I do appreciate is the fact that he was debating people. Have a debate. You and I may disagree with stuff, and some of the stuff that I share on this with you, you might disagree with me, and if that's okay, I'm always one that I would tell you straight out, listen, if what you say don't, are you getting something out of this? If what you say or what I say you don't get anything out of, or you don't agree with, do me a favor. Don't attack me, but bring your point to the table. Let's get into scriptures and let's see. And we may still not agree with it at the same time, but let's walk away in peace. That's what makes the difference. And that's what he did, or that's what he tried to do. Now, in my opinion, I believe Charlie Kirk's in heaven today. I believe he wouldn't want to come back to this world. His mission is accomplished now. When we're born, we're all born with an expiration date. That's just the way it is. Whether people like it on this earth or whether they don't, we're all born with an expiration date. And what we do, as the saying goes, what we do with the dash in between that born date and that expiration date, what are we going to do with that? Are we going to squander it? I'm reaching out to you today because most of the people on my Facebook page are either friends, church people, co-workers, maybe some acquaintances. But I want to be able to tell you today that you're the ones I'm reaching out to. I believe with all my heart that I carry myself in a certain way. I'm coming up, and I've told you, a lot of people know this, I'm getting ready on my retirement in 12 working days. For almost 30 years, I've carried a badge, and I'm proud of that. I work for an honorable profession. I'm proud that I can say that I carried a badge, and I don't take that lightly. Every once in a while, we have, like any profession, we have bad apples in the cart. We have bad apples in the cart. Can't do anything about that, except for the fact, pray that God will have his way with it. But what happens when that bad apple gets messed up? It makes all the other apples look bad as well. If I wear a badge and somebody else is wearing a badge, and that person, and I'm doing right and that person's doing wrong, guess what? It's going to reflect on me as well. Well, I say that to you today, this is an example, is the fact that Christians are the same way. Being church people are the same way. So whatever I do as a Christian is going to reflect on other Christians. If my kids that I have been youth pastor for 27 years see me go and they see me tell them on Wednesday nights, don't go get drunk, don't party, don't go out and smoke weed or don't go out and do drugs. Don't go to the liquor store. Don't go try to get beer or anything like that. But then they see me going into the liquor store, getting some, coming back out. What do you think they're going to think of? I've heard people in the past say that their parents had told them, we better not ever catch you drinking. We better not ever catch you cussing. They're doing all this while they've got a beer can in their hand and they're cussing at the same time. How are we leading our children? What do we want from them for tomorrow? I don't know this kid that is the suspect for killing Charlie Kirk. I don't know. But from what I understand, he came from a straight up family, which means to me, it leads me to believe that the devil is going to attack anybody, and he's going to use anybody. He's even going to use church people when it comes down to it, folks. It's just that's the evilness that's in this world right now. So what I want to say to you today is, how are you carrying yourself as a Christian? For the people that are on here, you know my heart. You know where I'm at. I want to be able to practice what I preach. I want to be able to see, and if he wants to get in here with me, he'll get in here with me because he wants me to rub him the whole time. I want to be able for people to see the true me. I am going to screw up. I'm going to make mistakes. I can promise you that. And it's going to come down to that. We're not perfect. I get that. But we serve a God who's trying to perfect us. We serve a God who's trying to put us in a position to where one day we make it across that bridge to the right place. Whatever you do in the dark, he also sees in the light. He watches you all the time. So for those that are professing to be Christians on Sundays and you go to church, are you there just to warm the pews? Now, I'll say this today. I'm hoping this is going to download because it's going to be a little bit lengthy. But I really want to challenge you today. And Charlie Kirk, we know where he's at today. I remember where I was at on 9/11. Okay? A lot of people say they remember where they were when John F. Kennedy was shot, when Robert Kennedy was shot, when Martin Luther King was shot. These guys were assassinated. And for the people that thought they were getting rid of the problems, oh, I'll show them. They created heroes. They created martyrs in doing that. The same thing with Jesus. When they killed him, they hung him on a cross in front of everybody to see. Guess what? They made his word get out that much more. They made his story get out that much more. But now I want to talk to you today. For you that are claiming to be Christians, and I did this myself, I want to read you 1 Corinthians 6, 9 through 11. I'm not going to read all of it. I want you to read it. But the very first part of this, it says, or do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? It even goes on further to tell you what those unrighteous things are. Read them and how it finishes up. But you were washed, you were sanctified, you were justified in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ and by the Spirit of God. I am one that I believe that if you are sincere about your relationship with Jesus Christ and you giving your heart over to Jesus Christ, folks, get rid of the sinful things that's in this world. Don't make me look bad because you want to have a good time on a Friday night. Don't make me look bad when we're in there Sunday mornings, we're praising and worshiping. You come struggling in because you had a late night partying the night before. Not trying to step on anybody's toes, I'm just telling you how it is. And this is my belief. Our priorities have got to be put in order. I don't believe that I can say, I don't believe with all my heart that I need to go ask God for a special blessing if I'm not where I need to be. God's not the type of God that is going to be in your pocket whenever you need him and you just pull him out. Oh, God, you stay in my pocket. You stay right there till I need you and I'll call you back out. I'm a firm believer that I believe sometimes that God will allow bad things to happen to you just so you will talk with him, because some of you hadn't talked with him. Some of you do your own thing and you have a good time, but you seem to forget him until you really do need him. I don't want to be like that. I was like that. My stories that I share with you from time to time, and you'll hear me if you hear me sharing messages, it's come from experiences, because I feel like that qualifies me to be able to get on here and tell you these are things you got to change. These are things you got to do. There are things that God is not going to allow you to do and still get into heaven. It's not going to work like that. Again, I didn't walk with Charlie Kirk. I didn't know him, but I do know from what I've seen on his videos and his messages and from the people I've heard, he was an amazing individual and he was a powerful warrior for Christ. I want everybody to know that I care about the people that I'm around. I will tell you this. If there's strife and if there's discord, I'm going to stay away from you. I don't need that in my life. I don't want that in my life. I can love you from afar. I don't care who you are. If there's a part that we can't get along, okay, you go your way, I'll go mine. It's no big deal. Don't expect me to be right there for you every time. Oh, I'll be there for you if you in a time of need. That's just the way I am. But I won't be as tight as we were before the discord happened. I'll still love you, but I don't need you to bring my faith down. Those are the people I'm going to cut loose. Here's where I'm going to step on some toes. If I carry the badge and somebody else carries the badge and they do something that makes me look bad, that makes everybody that carries the badge look bad all over the world, that's just going to be the way it's going to be. The next time you're riding down the road, if you have problems with road rage and the middle finger, do me a favor and take that "honk if you love Jesus" bumper sticker off the back of your car. If you're going to tell your kids not to drink a beer, don't have one in your hand when you're telling them that. Don't have one in your refrigerator. If you're going to tell them not to smoke, don't start smoking. Don't have a cigarette in your mouth when you're telling them not to do it. Here's a big one. If you're going to tell them not to use foul language, don't let the next word that comes out of your mouth be a foul word. Ephesians 4:29, let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouth except that which lifts others up. That's where we are. We have to be the type of person that we've got to carry ourselves the right way. And if we're going to teach this generation behind us something, if we're going to teach them how to take care of our tomorrow, we got to get them prepared, and that's not being prepared. That is just Doug's take on this. Not trying to offend anybody. And like I said a while ago, if you disagree with me, God bless you. I'm still going to love you. I'm going to love you from afar. I just probably won't be around you. It's no disrespect to you. And you'll probably do your thing of getting together and say you can't figure out Doug, you can't figure out what's going on. Well, nobody can. I don't want anybody to try to figure me out except for Jesus Christ. That's the one I want to live for. Don't take what I tell you. I tell you this in my sermons and my messages that I have. Don't take what I say right off the bat. Go do your own research. That's why you have your own Bible. That's why everybody's thousands and thousands of Bibles everywhere. Get the right translations you can understand. A Bible-believing person will understand the scriptures better if they get in it and they read it. If not, it becomes another dusty, worthless book sitting on a shelf. And I'm appealing to you today. I don't believe that we should just raise Christian kids anymore. I used to believe that when Scarlett and I first got into youth ministry 27 years ago. We didn't know what we were doing when we started out. We just did. We just did it the best way we could. And now I've gotten reports back. I've got some kids that are getting into the ministry. I've got one that's the head pastor of a church. I've got another one that's just graduated her ministry not long ago. I've got a daughter that just finished up her CAMS in the Church of God, and she is eligible to take the test to become a licensed minister. I've got a son that's getting ready to graduate this year with ministry behind him. Listen, this is God. I'm trying my best to keep up with them, but I also, in the same story, want to teach them the future. You know, history books are not even into classrooms anymore. How are our kids going to know about history if they're not getting into it? We have got, Franklin Graham said this, we have got to get some Christian people into politics. We've got to get them in there. So when I go back to saying what I said a while ago, that we shouldn't just be raising Christians anymore. The last few years I've been saying we're raising Christian leaders now that's going to lead our church. Now I'm going a step further and I'm going to say, no. We don't just need to be raising Christians or Christian leaders. We got to be able to get some Christian politicians in there too. We've got to do this together, folks, which means we got to start here. If there are things that's in your life, that you need to change, do it now. Again, you're going out on town on a weekend and Jesus comes to town. And you say, Jesus, why don't you just go stay at my house? Just go stay at my house. What is he going to find when he opens up the door, using your house as a bed and breakfast? What's he going to find in your refrigerator? What's he going to find in your bedroom when he goes to lay down? What is he going to find on your TV when he turns it on? What is he going to find in your video room of watching videos and watching movies, which we don't have DVDs and VCR tapes anymore. We got everything digital. What's he going to see? He already sees it anyway. He already sees what you're doing. He already sees what we're doing. He sees what I'm doing. Whatever's in the dark will be brought into the light. He can see it. I challenge you today. We need to start making the right path for our families, for the people behind us. That's where we are. I know this is lengthy today. This is probably the longest one I've ever done. But I've had that on my heart all week, and I've just felt that this needed to be shared. Now, I started one of these videos a while ago, and I got right through it pretty good, and then my dog had decided he was going to scratch his back on the side of the wall of the house, and all I heard was him grunting, so I had to start this whole video over again. Hug a beagle today. Go to church tomorrow. If you don't have a church, find one. Here's something else. Don't go to church for the entertainment. Church shouldn't be entertainment. When we get to the point where church is entertainment and they're appealing to me because I got better donuts at one church than they do to the other, we're missing the point. Go to church to get changed, to get saved, to get yourself on the right track. You that say, I don't need church to go to heaven. Okay? Hey, God bless you. As my pastor said before, you do you, boo. I can't do that. I've got to train myself each and every day. I've got to train myself, just like going through school. Elementary school, we get prepared for middle school. Middle school, we get prepared for high school. For high school, we get prepared for college. That is my message for today. I hope I didn't offend anybody, but I just felt like I needed to share that. God bless you. I love you. See you next week. As I've said, hug a beagle.